very good day everyone. So today we will learn on Power Query. As we can refer over here, what is our task assignment is we want to actually compare week on week expenses using Power Query. So over here I have a particular folder where I save all the files. So normally all the expenses I'll park over here, and what I need to do is I need to compare the week on week expenses. So for example, when I open this particular file, you will notice that we will have a database, a data regarding expenses like the employee, expenses category, the claims, and also the amount. And on the other file as well, we also have the same details whereby we have the employee, we have the OPEX category, expenses category, the amount as well. So my intention is I just want to actually combine this table and I want to make a comparison, because one of my job scope is I need to do on week comparison. So basically we have the same database, but the problem right now is we have all the file we save under a date. Like for example, this is 29 May, this is 4th June. So basically I want to make a comparison, week on week comparison on the expenses. So how I'm going to do it? So let's get started. So first thing is I need to open an Excel file. So in this Excel file, what I want to do is I want to use Power Query to actually import the data. So first thing is go to data, get data from file. We are not going to choose Excel workbook. What we want to do is we want to take from folder, because the files I have saved in a particular folder. So I'm going to click it over here. Once you click from folder, you will notice that a box will appear. So you must make sure you know where you save your file. So I save in desktop, and the file that I save is 5th June. Bear in mind, we should not double click this. Okay, when you double click this, you will go inside the folder. What you need to do is you just click one time, you just select this, not double click, and then you press open. Once you press open, you will notice that another box will appear. So this time what you need to do is you need to combine. So do we combine and load, or combine and load to, or combine and transform? If you click transform, it will go to Power Query Editor. If you click combine and load, it will automatically load as a table format in a new sheet. When you press combine and load to, you can also load not only in table format but other format like pivot table, pivot chart, and only create connection. So I want to combine and transform data, so that I can go to Power Query Editor. So once I press combine and transform data, they will actually ask me what particular tab I want. So I want the tab called claims, and then I press OK. So once I press OK, you will notice that we will be navigated to Power Query Editor. So once you go to Power Query Editor, you will see all the database over here. But the thing right now is I don't want the source name, instead I want the date, and I don't want this Excel format. So what I do is I click split column. I want to remove this XLS, so I split by delimiter, and I will try to split using the full stop. So custom, okay, so we use custom and we use full stop, not at each occurrence, because we want to remove this particular part. So right mouse, and I'm going to press OK. So once I press OK, automatically here it will show in date format. I don't need this, so this one I can just remove, and I'll just change this to date. Okay, and then I'm going to click on close and load to. You see here, when you press close and load, it will automatically load as a table format. So when you press close and load to, you have the liberty to choose what format you want to load, whether it's pivot chart or only create connection and so on. So in this case, I want to load in pivot table because I want to do side by side analysis. I press OK, and then when I press OK, here you go, it will eventually load as a pivot table. So I'm going to press the amount. So here we have the amount. So it's about 8,000 for the 2 weeks, and I want to tick the expenses category. So when you look at expenses category, so this is the details, but I want to put the date at the columns. So when I put the date at the columns, so now you are able to see the data better. So I just want to put it in a proper format. So right click, number format, and I want to have the 1000 separator. So no symbol and 0 decimal places. And just like that, we have our data properly formatted. I don't want the grand total over here. So I go to design, and I press grand total, and I on for columns only. So just like that, we have this data over here. So you just say you want to make a comparison, you want to see the week on week increase or decrease, what you can do is CE5 minus with BE5. And you can notice that for meals, that means there is a reduction of 130, and then you can actually drag this down, so you can actually study the data, and you can also use to calculate the percentage as well. So for example, C5 over B5 minus 1, and then you can convert this to percentage and you can calculate. So we notice that is overall there is a reduction of 30% in the expenses on week. So this is how we can actually study the data.